Hello, dear listeners. Before we step into the shifting sands of ancient Egypt and unearth the life of one of its most enigmatic and legendary kings, I'd like to kindly ask if you enjoy stories that breathe life into history. It would truly delight me if you gave this video a like, subscribed to the channel, and left a thoughtful comment. Your support encourages me to bring you even more fascinating journeys through time. Now, let's begin. Today, we journey back more than 4,000 years, to a golden age where the gods walked among mortals, and pharaohs were more than rulers, they were divine. Among the colossal monuments of Giza, where the Great Pyramid of Khufu and the stern gaze of the Sphinx dominate the horizon, there stands a smaller, yet profoundly mysterious structure, the Pyramid of Menkaure. Who was the man behind this enduring monument? Why does his story echo with reverence and melancholy, wrapped in myth, misfortune, and majestic defiance? Let me take you to the reign of Menkaure, known to the Greeks as Mycerinus, and to the ancient Egyptians as Menkaure, meaning eternal is the spirit of Ra, born around 2550 BC. Menkaure was the son of Pharaoh Khafre, builder of the second largest pyramid at Giza, and the grandson of the great Khufu himself. His mother, possibly Queen Khamenepti I, is referenced in inscriptions found near his mortuary temple. This royal lineage placed Menkaure in the direct heart of Egypt's most legendary dynasty, the fourth dynasty of the Old Kingdom. But unlike his predecessors, whose reigns were often marked by absolute power and rigid rule, Menkaure's legacy reveals a king remembered for compassion, justice, and a humanistic approach to leadership. According to the Greek historian Herodotus, Menkaure ruled as a stark contrast to his father Khafre and grandfather Khufu, both of whom were described as harsh and oppressive. But Menkaure, he was different. He opened the temples, he honored the gods, he eased the burdens of the people. His was a reign of relative peace, dignity, and devotion, qualities rare in the ancient narratives of absolute kingship. But let's not be fooled, his life was not without tragedy. Herodotus tells us that Menkaure's only daughter died young, and her body was interred inside a strange wooden burial shaped like a kneeling cow, its horns and neck gilded in gold. The sorrow was deep, but even greater sorrow awaited when Menkaure consulted the oracle of Buto. He was told a chilling prophecy: he would only rule for 6 more years. The king was stunned. He was a pious ruler. Why should the gods shorten his reign while his cruel ancestors lived long lives? But the oracle's answer was clear. Fate had decreed that Egypt must suffer for 150 years. Khufu and Khafre had followed this fate by being harsh to Dot, but Menkaure, by bringing light to Soon, had disrupted divine order, so he would be taken early not as punishment, but because he was too good. How did the king react? In an act of defiance, he vowed to turn night into day, get thousands of lamps made, and each evening, he lit them and celebrated through the night. He drank, he sang, he roamed the marshlands and groves trying to double his time. He refused to live in fear. If he only had 6 years, he would make them 12 in joy. This tale, part history, part myth, shows a king wrestling with destiny not by force, but by living fully. And yet, his rule was not only about tragedy and joy, it was also about monumental achievements. His pyramid at Giza, though the smallest of the 3, is no less majestic. Named Netra Menkaure, or Menkaure is divine, it still stands today, elegant and precise. Its base measures 103 meters by 103, and it originally rose to a height of 65.5 meters. Its lower casing was of pink granite polished to shine under the Egyptian sun. Beside it, 3 smaller pyramids, likely for his queen's rest in solemn harmony. One of them, possibly, housed Queen Khamenepti II, believed to be both his wife and his half-sister. Menkaure's mortuary temple and valley temple were filled with statues, some of the most beautiful ever discovered in ancient Egypt. Here, we find the triads of Menkaure, masterpieces of grey wax stone. 21. Each triad statue depicts the king standing with the goddess Hathor on one side, and a local gnome deity on the other, serene, strong, and filled with symbolism, royal power, divine blessing, and regional unity. Among the finest Menkaure with Khafre, and the goddess of the hare gnome Menkaure with Khafre, and the jackal gnome goddess, and Menkaure with Khafre, and the goddess of the sycamore. These statues, now housed in museums from Cairo to Boston, speak not only of artistic brilliance, but of a king who saw himself surrounded by divine protection. One statue stands out, a double sculpture of Menkaure and his queen, possibly Khamenepti I. They stand side by side, equal in height, her hand gently on his arm. It's one of the earliest and most powerful depictions of royal affection and equality in Egyptian art. They do not face the gods, they face the future. In 1837, explorers entered Menkaure's pyramid. They discovered a stunning basalt sarcophagus 8 feet long, decorated like a palace. It was meant to travel to the British Museum, but fate had its own plan. The ship Beatrice sank near Malta in 1838, and the sarcophagus was lost to the sea. The wooden coffin and human remains found nearby were sent separately and survived, yet radiocarbon dating shows that the bones were not Menkaure's, but from the later Coptic period. Even in death, Menkaure's mystery endures. His mummy is lost. His legacy remains a bridge between myth and reality. Herodotus claimed that after his daughter died, Menkaure buried her in a golden wooden bowl, strange as it sounds. This tale reflects the sorrow and symbolism ancient Egyptians placed in ritual. But Herodotus also gives us a curious tale when the oracle told Menkaure he would only live 6 more years. The king felt betrayed. He had done good, unlike his father Khufu and uncle Khafre. So he sent back a message blaming the gods. Why must I die so soon, while the wicked lived long? The oracle answered, it is your goodness that sealed your fate. Egypt was meant to suffer for 150 years, said the prophecy, but Menkaure tried to stop that suffering, and by doing so he defied fate. What did the king do next? He turned night into day. He had thousands of lamps made, and feasted, drank, and celebrated through the night. He roamed the marshes, the groves, and every corner of Egypt where joy could be found. If he only had 6 years to live, he would live 12 in spirit. Whether this story is truth or legend, it paints a picture of a man who did not go quiet, a man who fought darkness not with war but with light. In literature, Menkaure lived. The poet Matthew Arnold wrote a powerful piece titled Mycerinus, portraying the king's sorrow and nobility. And in modern fiction, Menkaure, known as Menkaure, appears in fantasy novels as an immortal vampire, wise and powerful, echoing his ancient strength. So who was Menkaure? A son of kings, a builder of pyramids, a beloved ruler, and perhaps a man who dared to hope against fate. And as we close this journey through the life of Menkaure, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which part of his story surprised you the most? What legacy do you think he truly left behind? If this glimpse into ancient Egypt moved you as much as it moved me while telling it, I'd be truly honored if you would like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a thoughtful comment below. It would truly mean the world to me. Please, if you can. Together, we can bring more forgotten stories like Menkaure's back to life. Stories of kings and queens, of greatness and tragedy, of love, loss, and the eternal pyramid standing watch across the sands of time. Thank you for sharing your time with us. Until we meet again on another journey through ancient mysteries, stay curious, stay inspired. This has been the story of Menkaure, king, dreamer, builder, and perhaps the most human of all the pharaohs. Goodbye for now. Closing credit style if used in video. Soft music, scenes of the pyramid, statue triads fading into desert sunset, voiceover, written and narrated with passion. Thank you for watching. The story of Menkaure teaches us that greatness is not only measured by the height of one's pyramid, but by the depth of one's humanity. He was a king who defied expectations, honored his people, and perhaps tried to reshape destiny itself. Despite being the smallest pyramid at Giza, Menkaure's tomb left an oversized legacy. His statues, found in triads with goddesses and deities, tell a tale of balance and divinity. These images, strong, serene, eternal, make us wonder about the man behind the crown. When Herodotus spoke of Mycerinus, he painted a pharaoh who suffered, who mourned his daughter, and who danced against time in the face of death. A man who tried to double his days with light and music, a legend that blends fact and myth. It's moments like these in history that make us reflect not just on what was, but what always will be. Power fades, stone erodes, but memory endures. Thanks to storytellers, archaeologists, and curious hearts like yours. From the ancient banks of the Nile to the screens we hold in our hands today, Menkaure's legacy reminds us that even the most distant past is never truly gone. His name, carved in stone, now echoes in digital waves. As the sands of time shift, new discoveries still emerge. Who knows what secrets still lie buried in Giza's shadow? Perhaps a sealed chamber, a forgotten scroll, or another statue waiting to reveal its truth. For now, we have what we know and what we feel. And feeling the humanity of Menkaure, even across 4,500 years, is perhaps the greatest gift of all. He was not just a pharaoh, he was a man, a father, a believer in beauty and eternity. So next time you see the Giza pyramids, look beyond the towering stones. Think of the heart that beat beneath the crown. The king who built smaller, but dreamed deeper. This was the story of a builder of legacy. A believer in divine connection, a dreamer who defied fate. Menkaure Mycerinus, the pharaoh who danced against destiny with a lamp in his hand and hope in his soul. If you enjoyed this story, it would sincerely make my day if you gave this video a like, subscribed for more captivating journeys, and shared your thoughts in a comment. I truly appreciate it. Please, if you can. As the Nile whispers through history, it carries stories like Menkaure's tales of ambition, sorrow, love, and legacy. Stories not just etched in stone, but in spirit. To think that one man's pyramid could hold so much meaning, so many unanswered questions, and fragments of human truth is what makes ancient Egypt an eternal wonder. Archaeologists continue to unearth pieces of Menkaure's world, be it a wand belonging to his mother, or a statue hidden beneath centuries of sand. Each fragment adds a line to his unfinished story. The Valley Temple still stands, its bricks weathered but proud. From there, his statues once gazed out toward the rising sun, silent witnesses to a world that has changed beyond imagination. The sarcophagus meant to carry his remains lies lost beneath the sea, a mystery swallowed by time. Yet his wooden coffin, mistaken or real, still rests in a museum, whispering his name through the centuries. Menkaure's reign, though debated in length, is timeless in its impact. Whether he ruled for 18 years or 22, the echoes of his rule stretch far longer than the span of any lifetime. And what of his family, his sons and daughters, his queen? Their identity is partially known, partially guessed, just like all families of history, shaped by love, shadowed by time. Was Shepseskif truly his son, carrying forward the royal flame? Was Khentkaus I his daughter, destined for greatness? These questions keep us digging, searching, and dreaming. In the end, Menkaure's story is a mirror, a reflection of what we value: kindness, honor, the fight against fate. He reminds us that even kings are mortal, but their dreams eternal. So, dear listener, thank you for traveling across millennia with me today, for letting me guide you through one pharaoh's life, carved not just in stone, but in spirit. Before we part ways, I'd like to ask you for a small favor. If you enjoyed this journey through time dash. It would truly mean a lot if you could like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Your support helps bring more ancient voices back to life. It fuels future explorations into forgotten tombs and untold stories from the golden sands of Egypt. So go ahead, tell me what fascinated you most about Menkaure. Was it his compassion, his mysterious statues? Or perhaps the Lost Sarcophagus? Each comment is like a brushstroke on the canvas of history. Together, we paint a fuller picture of a world that once was, and still is, in many ways. Menkaure may be long gone, but through curiosity and storytelling, we keep him alive, his name spoken, his choices remembered. In the end, his true immortality lies not in stone, but in the hearts and minds of those who still wonder, still learn, and still seek. If you wish to explore more pharaohs, pyramids, and legends, make sure to check out the rest of the videos on the channel. Each one opens another door into Egypt's ancient soul. This has been your guide through time, telling the story of a king who ruled with dignity, who danced against fate, and who still waits, quietly, beneath the Giza sky. Until our next adventure, stay curious, stay inspired, and never stop asking, what else lies buried beneath the sands of time? Thank you for watching, and once again, it would sincerely delight me if you could like, subscribe, and comment below. Your engagement brings history to life. From the land of pyramids and mystery, this story of Menkaure now comes to a gentle close. But remember, every ending is simply a new beginning waiting to be uncovered. The gods may have written fate in stars, but we, the storytellers, write it anew in every telling. And you're part of that story now too. So, whether you're listening in the quiet of the night or on a busy morning drive, thank you for giving ancient history a moment of your day. This was the legacy of Menkaure, Pharaoh of compassion and stone. Stay tuned for more. Until then, farewell, fellow traveler of time. Menkaure thanks you, Hathor smiles upon you, and the Nile carries your curiosity to places yet unknown.